Hi everyone, this is Winston again. I'm over in the lovely Philippines, as you can see, um, in a town called Angeles City, and it has a beautiful mall behind me, as you can see. Um, I wanted to share some things, some really big pet peeves I have about America. Okay, and and not to beat a dead bush. I know you shouldn't always complain about America, especially if you're not there anymore and you're free and happy, but this is something important because the media doesn't talk about this. First of all, as you can see in my pictures here, um, you can find people. People are authentic here. You can find girls that like you for you. You see, the big problem, one of the core problems in America is you never feel like people really like you for you. You don't, so you don't feel validated, and and deep down you know that. And when people don't like you for you, it creates this deep insecurity because it's like you have no intrinsic self-worth. You have no real self-worth. And you can feel that in a country like America. So if you don't have any worth by default, and you have to prove yourself, and you have to do something special for people to like you, because people don't like you for you, it creates this deep insecurity, like you're worthless to the core. And that really, really, really damages your self-esteem and mental health. Um, but in most other countries, it's not like that. It's not that bad. You can have real friends. People will like you for you. Not all the time, but much more than in America, for sure. For sure. And that's very important because if people like you for you, you will have a solid sense of self-esteem, true self-esteem, not the bogus self-esteem that you read about in New Age self-help books or from New Age gurus. Okay, I'm talking about a deep feeling of acceptance and validation and self-worth. You get that overseas, and that's really important because America doesn't talk about this. The media only talks about jobs and economics as though that's all that matters, and it's not. If you don't feel good about yourself, that's important. If you don't feel a good vibe, if the vibe constantly makes you feel insecure and weak, like it does in America or Taiwan, that will damage your soul and your mental health eventually. And that is super important. But it is not talked about because in this world, in this system, all that matters is economics, jobs, money, your career. And that's wrong because this is super important and it is not talked about, even in the alternative media. So I think it's very important. So if you're in a country like America where people don't like you for you, you're going to feel a deep sense of insecurity because you have no intrinsic self-worth. And that is not a good country for you to live in. You should go to a country where people will like you for you, where there's more of a true social connection, a true friendship. And it's hard, even if you're an outgoing person, it's hard to make friends in America because no one likes you for you. You have to be something you're not. There has to be something special about you. You have to do something special. You have to be something. You people. So it's not a good place for your soul, your self-esteem, for sure. It's a very negative, toxic place where deep down everyone's insecure because we are not loved for who we are. When you go to other countries where people are more authentic and where there's social connection and where people are more focused on social relationships, where they will like you for you and the friendships and the relationships will feel more genuine, that'll do wonders for your self-esteem. Now, another thing I want to talk about is um, another pet peeve I have in America is that your work, your job, it's like a religion. People treat work as a religion, okay? It's like a god. They worship work. People are expected to work hard just for the sake of working hard. I mean, even if you're unhappy, you have no dating life, no love, no social life, no fun, no friendships, no romance, no sex, no fun. You're still expected to work hard just for the sake of working hard, and I don't like that because I need a purpose to work hard to live, not just working hard for the sake of working hard. Okay, um, but in America they treat it like a religion. Okay, and it's like forced upon you. You have to treat your work as a religion. You have to live to work in America. Okay, it's not a choice. It's a mandate. It's part of the culture. So it's sort of forced upon you. It's rammed down your throat. Okay, and now I wouldn't mind. Okay, if someone willingly chose out of their free will to worship their job like a religion. If someone wants to do that and treat their job or their work as though it were God, that's their choice. If that's a bit delusional, but that's their choice. But what I do have a problem with is that America sort of forces you to adopt that mentality that work is a religion and that you should work hard just for the sake of it, and that that's all that matters, and that work itself is fulfilling, and that everything else is optional, including happiness, including love, romance, sex, friendship. I don't agree with that because um, because that's forced. Okay, it's forced. It's not given by free will. And so it's like in America, there's this. I mean, there's no social connection. It's just consumerism and works. This meaningless vibe where all there is to do is work hard for the sake of working hard and following every rule anal retentively, because the rules there are very strict, and people in America seem to get off on following little rules to the letter, as though following rules were all that mattered. It's pretty strange in a free country how rules are so important and how people are so strict and uptight and anal retentive about following so many little rules, as though people derive some sick pleasure from following a lot of rules. So it's a very meaningless, empty existence. All you can do in America is follow rules as though you had nothing better to do, and work hard just for the sake of working hard. So, to me, that's no fun. That's no life. You know. Okay, well that's my rant for now. What do you think? Um, Post your comments below, um, or hit subscribe too if you like my videos.